And we're back again this week for another review, this time for a film directed by M. Night Shyamalan called Trap. Let's talk about the casting first. Josh Hartnett was the man for the job. He crushes his role here as Cooper the father, and he's really the driving factor as to why this film can work. His acting through all his subtle facial expressions for many different scenarios were pretty darn amazing. And he exudes this compelling aura where the audience like myself want to continue seeing him on screen and witness his next move in the story. And as for Ariel Donahue, she does a wonderful job in portraying a daughter finally at her dream concert. This dynamic between father and daughter had a realistic essence to it, and it was fun seeing this relationship unfold. So the casting was undoubtedly some great choices. As for the story in its entirety, it was just okay. I think Act 1 is definitely the strongest for this film. This premise's initial build-up and Cooper's realization of this concert being a trap was incredibly intriguing and fun to witness. Acts 2 and 3 for me is where I felt a steady decline of intrigue in the story direction, but it never became boring to say the least. There's definitely enough interest in wanting to see the conclusion of this story without me pondering about when this film would be over, so that's a positive for sure. And I think the reason as to why Act 1 was so good and Acts 2 to 3 felt short for me stems from the fact that this is undoubtedly a B-tier popcorn flick story. I think the general idea of a concert being a trap for a serial killer who turns out to be the main character of the story is genuinely an intriguing premise and an idea that seems filled to the brim with potential for great storytelling. But I've come to the realization that the whole premise of this story is where the biggest flaw lies. I mean, if you truly think about it, there's only so much a singular person can do when trying to escape the FBI, police, and other law enforcement surrounding a concert when the story is also trying to be as realistic as possible. I think this is where my bummer for the story direction stems from. It's from the realization that this story isn't creatively unlimited to go in any direction it wants. There's only a narrow way forward in this impossible situation, which creates an additional flaw for this film. There are way too many coincidental or just go with the flow moments to ensure the story can continue forward. It's a flaw that exists in many pivotal moments, and it bothered me in some instances with how convenient certain situations were for the main character, but then again, this is a B-tier flick and it shouldn't be taken seriously to begin with. So, if you go into this film wanting a dumb fun time, I think there's some fun to be had. And honestly, I really don't think a story with this plot can get better than the film M. Night Shyamalan created here. All in all, I still enjoyed watching this film. I don't think it's downright terrible, and I think there was enough commitment and passion from the actors and the people behind the scenes for this production that allowed for a fun one-time watch film experience at the theaters. So, my final score for this film is 7 out of 10. I personally enjoy B-tier stories, but if you don't enjoy B-tier flicks, you're simply just not going to have a good time in this one. And if you don't question what you see too deeply, Trap still offers some fun time to be had with friends, families, or even by yourself. My final statement in regards to this film is this. I found it to be a better time overall than M. Night Shyamalan's other recent work, A Knock at the Cabin. So if you thought that was pretty good, I don't see why you wouldn't enjoy Trap. Anyways, that's it for this review. Hope you all enjoyed it, and do let me know what you thought of this film if you did see it in the comment section below. And until the next review I upload, peace.